Well, back in March of 2015, I had a slight pinprick on my right breast. And it was nothing very alarming, quite frankly, but it continued over a couple of weeks. And then later on, I had gotten an ache under my right arm. So I went to my gynecologist, and, we did a mammogram. I had just, in fact, had a mammogram that January and a mammogram back in August of 2014, and everything came out normal. So she told me to maybe cut down on coffee or do a few different things. And I did that. And then I came back 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, and we were still having that pinprick. So she then sent me to a breast surgeon. It was that point I went to the breast surgeon, and we did another mammogram, and we did an ultrasound, and everything again came back normal. So 3 tests within a very short period of time showed normal. And it was at that moment when I was walking out the door of my breast surgeon's office looking back, and I said, something doesn't feel right. So my gynecologist then sent me to a breast surgeon, and it was going to the breast surgeon where we did another mammogram, we did an ultrasound, and everything showed normal. So it was that point when I was literally walking out of her door, I looked back at her and I said, I'm telling you something doesn't feel right still, although all the tests were showing normal. And she said, you're fine. And I said, okay, but if I walk out this door, then I'm fine. And so I did that, and she said, wait. And it was at that moment she said, let's get an MRI if you don't need an authorization. So we ended up getting an MRI, and it was actually, I was coming home from Long Island on the Long Island Railroad, and it was a Friday at 5:45. And after that MRI, about a week later, I got a call, and it was literally 5:45. It was, the weekend was coming, and they said, Ms. Carroll, I said yes. And they're like, we need you to get a breast needle biopsy, a CT chest scan, as well as a right lymph node biopsy. And I thought, my gosh, what is this for? And she said, well, your MRI lit up. And that's when we were literally almost through the tunnel, and we said goodbye. And needless to say, I was extremely concerned and couldn't wait till Monday got there soon enough. But I immediately, researched, what does MRI lighting up mean? And every single thing came back to breast cancer. So it was that Monday, which again could not have come fast enough. I called the office, and I, got in to get those tests scheduled. But the reality is that 5 tests missed the fact, 3 tests missed, 2 mammograms and 1 ultrasound missed the fact that I had DCIS. But then when we got 2 breast needle biopsies, those breast needle biopsies missed the fact that I actually had already had stage 1A invasive cancer. So I had made the choice through all of my research over a period of many months to have a mastectomy of my right breast and to not wait and see, as the standards of care for managing DCIS is a mastectomy, active surveillance, and certainly I wasn't going to wait and see, and or a lumpectomy with radiation.